Utthita Trikonasana, extended triangle. Jane begins in Tadasana, jumps into Utthita then moves into Parshvahastapedasana. Next, she stretches out through her right side and takes her right hand toward the floor as she stretches her left hand toward the ceiling. As we look at Jane's pose, we can see her right knee has bent, her shoulders and torso have rolled forward, her right hip has swung back, and her left arm is twisted at an odd angle. Jane has even dropped her head toward the floor. Let's have her return to Utthita Hastapedasana and try the other side. Jane wants to keep her alignment from Parshvahastapedasana as she goes into Utthita Trikonasana. She wants her legs to remain straight with her left foot, knee, and hip in line. As she extends to the side, she wants to keep her torso in line with her left leg as her right hip lifts up and out. Jane wants to keep both sides of her torso the same length as she grasps her shin with her left hand. Jane has a habit of rolling her shoulders toward her ears. Instead, she wants to roll them back and down, just as in Tadasana. Then she wants to stretch out through her arms as she lifts her head away from her hips. To complete the pose, Jane turns her head to gaze up at her left hand. To exit the pose, Jane imagines someone pulling up on her right hand as she presses down through her feet and lifts from the base of her pelvis. Jane then returns to Utthita Hastapedasana and jumps back to Tadasana. Let's watch Jane's skeleton in Utthita Trikonasana. As we look at her initial pose, we can see how her right knee bent, her shoulders rolled forward, and her left arm twisted inward. Jane's hips, chest, and face are pointed toward the floor. She's lost her alignment from Parshvahastapedasana. Let's have her try the other side. This time Jane works to keep her torso over her left leg as she extends out and down. As she goes to the left, she lengthens her left side to keep it from bowing. Then she wants to lift her right hip away from the floor. This helps her face forward. Jane wants to keep her arms and legs straight as she extends her torso to the left. As Jane grabs her legs, she wants to roll her shoulders back and away from her ears. Then she wants to stretch her arms as she lifts her head away from her hips. Finally, she turns her head to look up at her right hand. To exit the pose, Jane lifts through her right hand as she presses down through her feet and lifts from the base of her pelvis. Jane then returns to Utthita Hastapedasana and jumps back to Tadasana.